So my name's Helen Williams. I am currently the training and development lead for apprenticeships in energy, engineering and construction.
Hello, my name's Helen Mullen. My background, I got into engineering through a back door onto a course because I always wanted to do it. I was told not to, but I did it and I said please I did.
My biggest advice is don't take no for an answer. I think because my background was that I went to an all-girls school and you were very directed in the careers that you were going to, which does fall into a little bit of the gender stereotyping. I always wanted to go into something where I was working with my hands, and it's following your dreams and being pushy with it as well, because you'll get people that don't want you to work in, with the industry. People don't always fully support you right at the beginning, but if you know and it is something that you want to do and you're confident with that, then you need to go for it.
I echo Helen in many ways. I didn't take no for an answer. It's something I always wanted to do as a kid. It can be a demanding job. It's so varied. You can choose to do all kinds. You don't have to go into higher education to get a good career. Mm-hmm. But I think it is, you decide what you're good at. At school I was good at maths and science. Believe it or not, in my day I wasn't allowed to do metalwork and woodwork. So I was a girl. But I knew I would have been good at it. And despite all of them pushing me into science, because that's where I was going to go, it was like, be a nurse or whatever it was. And I said, no, it's not me.
The first bit that I ever had, or the first realisation, because I've always been I suppose you can say, a little bit of a tomboy, so I've always done stuff, I've always got dirty. If Dad's fixing a car, then I was involved in it. My granddad was a sheet metal worker, so... And I think when I went for my first interview for part of an engineering job, when I was 16, is at the interview, they were all boys, every single one of them. I walked into a room and there was probably about 50 boys. And I always remember the interviewers coming down the stairs and went, oh, and a girl. And that was the first time I experienced it, and probably one of the only times that I've ever experienced like being singled out really, or stereotyped. I think that's the only time.
Yeah, it's like me when I was 18, I started the mechanical engineering course. I walked in, didn't see any girls, there was 60 boys and eventually 2 of the girls turned up. But then they got used to us and we were treated the same, because we realised we all realised we're different from each other as well. And they all realised we're just more like the lads, we had to learn in our own ways.
You are treated as an equal. Yeah. And if you are struggling lifting something, then, people will support you and they'll help you.
It is a male-dominated world in the engineering department. Engineering departments are parts of massive companies quite often, and there's always other departments, and they're not male-dominated, so you're never alone if you're worried about that.
Over the years as well, that's changing as well, isn't there? So, from when we both started out really early on, is maybe some of the pitfalls or the hurdles that we had aren't as obvious now. I don't know, the world's your oyster, isn't it? And you can travel around the world. Once you get these qualifications, you can travel all over the world because people want you. They do want you to do these jobs.
They want your technical skills, and I say that as well on the ability side, that don't worry about that if you're not strong, if you're not big or whatever, or if you don't worry about that, because there's hundreds and thousands of jobs out there. So there's something for every personality in engineering. It really is a massive varied job. You can do electronics, you can do your machining, you can do all kinds. So yeah.
If you would like any more information about our courses, you can look at our website at lmc.ac.uk.
Yeah. If you want to know more about engineering, come and talk to us. I'm happy to show people around. I'll tell you more about what engineering involves, if you think you could be interested.
Yeah, and if you would like to come down and experience anything with any of our workshops, you want to have a go at plumbing, plastering, brickwork, any of the other areas in construction, just make an inquiry to college and we'll accommodate and we'll show you around and we'll show you what it entails. You can come and have a look and see what the workshops are like.